It's gonna be all right. You ready? There you go. All right. Is that working better? There we go. Now you can actually hear me. Hi. Hi, I have tea today. We're okay. There we go. It's all right. All you missed was me saying that I was gonna post it in Discord, and you guys are already here. You're here faster than I can type. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello, Magician. Hello, Aurelio. Hello, Wookie. Hello, Mini Gamer. All right. My faithful co-host will be here shortly. He's on his way with Grover. I think that's the only other thing that we missed. Hello, Big Bad John. Hello there. All right. I'm excited to fully look at all these things. All this art. And actually discuss it in a serious manner. Because boy, I tell you, they're all good. They're all winners in my eyes. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look, see here. Let's scroll it up. I don't even know how many there are. There's got to be at least 30? Maybe more at this point? Hello, Grammar Paladin. Hello. Hey, hey, ho, ho to you as well. Hello, Ice Prince. Hello, everybody. No, it's okay. It's not going to be super serious, Magician. I'm not going to it's not going to be an art critique class. I'm not going to pick apart colors and shadings. I'm mostly here to look at, descriptors and lore. And when Milo finally arrives, he's going to be looking at art technique and stuff. And I'm sure it'll just well up deep inside him. But he's not here to defend himself, so I can say that. Aurelio, we are going to be doing some more Pikmin 3 after we look at all the art and figure out how the voting and stuff is going to work. Because I'm pretty sure he found the Discord emojis for 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna let everybody vote based on that. So you get 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3 that you can disperse throughout. And then whoever wins the most will come in first, second, and third. And then we're going to do something with them. Most likely throw them in the campaign somewhere. And we might just... We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. But honestly, I don't think either of us expected to see this many submissions. So it's very exciting. And you guys can probably hear Grover has arrived. My faithful co-host. And also... Joel. Alan's not going to be here to lead the red team. That's okay. That's okay. Alan's here in spirit. He's here in spirit. I believe in him. I'm sure we can all figure out who's going to lead the red team. There's some co-captains on red. It'll be okay. We're going to be all right. Oh yeah, Grover's my co-host. Joel's his chauffeur. let's be very clear. Oh, you know what we gotta do? I gotta throw this in real quick. There we go. This one's not. I had to make a new streaming overlay for this. I know. HR is here, but I need tech support. There he is.
What up?
He's just got a sleeve of Oreos.
I'm here to participate. I got my energy.
He's like, "What's up, guys? I'm here to party." He just rolled up with a full sealed sleeve of Oreos.
What's good?
My guy knows what's up. All right, so I missed it because I didn't have it. I didn't have the alert box on here, but we got 2 new followers.
Nice.
So thank you to both of you, Schwang and Big Bad John.
Nice.
It's about 10 minutes late, but thank you. So let's figure this out. How do we
screen share?
Yeah, we gotta get this going.
Yes. So
we need to add a new source. We want to do a display capture. All right, gang.
Ice Prince knows what's up.
Oreos.
I'm really hoping that there's still some of this sleeve left when we're done.
2 full candy bars of Dove chocolate. All right,
So
we want
there's
to
my
look
sleeve.
at.
Here we go.
We want display 1. Yeah,
Can you do just the window?
No, I gotta give them. All right, everybody in the Discord, behave. All right, there it is. Let's get one of these going. Let's.
Thank you.
Joel, they like your shirt, man.
I gotta be honest. I went to Safeway to pick up some stuff to make dinner tonight, and
There we go. We're back. It's okay. It's okay. We just had to jump into a new video. You want to slide this down real quick for me?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're doing exactly
What you wanted? Okay.
Yeah. Want to do a little shrinky dink on there?
What?
Shrink the window so it'll fit all in there?
No.
You just did, though.
Yeah, I don't want it, though.
There we go. Okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, everybody. We're going to be all right.
The TLDR of my story was I got really good chicken tonight because the guy at the deli also loved my shirt and hooked me up.
A classic maneuver. All right. You won. Hello, new boy.
So I'm really excited to look at these. I've attempted to go through and like pick ones that were already like that I thought would be in my running, and it's so difficult. It's so hard.
Hello, Devin. Hello, Aetherworks. Hello, Christopher Bobo. The art reviews. Listen, it's not so much going to be a review as it is going to be us saying that all of them are really, really cool.
I'll review them.
Oh, wow. Okay. Savage. Okay, we're going to do this. And we're going to pop that up there.
Thank you.
There you go. I know Joel likes to look up. As we all know, his neck is at a permanent 130-degree angle.
Yep.
Hello, Devin.
So let's get started.
Yeah, let's get right on into this.
So first we have I should say, for those of you that may not be in the Discord,
You're in for a treat.
We had an art contest recently.
Yeah.
Where people could submit Pokemon via, regional forums, a new Pokemon, whatever. And we're going to have a vote. And whichever one gets the most points via the vote system will get incorporated into the Pokemon D&D show on the channel. So, people were allowed up to 3 entries, and things like an evolutionary line only counts as 1. So let's say, because the one coming up you can kind of see a little bit, we got a Pidgey line that only counts as 1, because similarly when you're playing the Pokemon games, like Sandygas doesn't matter as much as Palisand, because when you're building teams, you're typically doing the final evolution, whatever. Anyway, that's that. So the Discord's a good time. It's been popping off like crazy. We've been growing like crazy, and it's super awesome. Yeah. And we have who knows how many entries to go through. I haven't even counted them. But let's start with number 1.
First one in.
It's a coughing. Well, let's read the entry first.
This is coughing.
This is
the
Mr.
rain...
Fudd's first entry.
Mr. Fudd, entry number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Art done by Aurelio. Aurelio is here in the chat. Haha. There we go.
I think Aurelio has the most entries in terms of like help and fingerprint.
Yes,
on entries.
It's close with Aurelio and New Boy, if memory serves. All right, so this is coughing. This is a rain-based coughing. So it lives in the clouds. Found within rain clouds, coughing floats along them, absorbing the water to stay alive. Once full, they float to nearby lakes and forests to spread the water around the area. Fudd, I love it. I love it. See, I told you that's what my reviews are going to be. I really like coughing. I think he's just a delight as a Pokemon, and I'd love to see coughings that are not poison type. Hello, Grover.
Come here, dude.
Our faithful co-host has showed up.
All right, fine.
There he goes. There he is. That's why you guys are really here. It's okay. He's here. Oh, Aurelio only did Fudd's entries. It just seems like you do a lot, though. I want credit where it's due.
Yeah. Anyway, my bit here. I think we've always it's been a common topic of kicking around the idea of a coughing that isn't poison.
Yeah.
And I thought that was
he's already done.
He already quit.
He's already mad.
He's like, screw this, I'm out.
He's like, oh, you guys are doing art? Okay.
He saw Magician's comment and did he's like, oh no.
He's like, oh yeah.
Anyway,
Grover, they're only here for you. You have to stay.
Having a coughing that isn't poison type is really awesome. And just the idea that it would be shooting out something that is good for the environment is always a really cool idea. I want to know, Aurelio, maybe you can cue us in. What is this?
I think that's another Pokemon, perhaps.
Like just a clipping of something else.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's already gone. He's like, I would like to leave, please. He's like, you're just talking about art? I'm out.
But yeah, great idea. I would have loved to see, I wish Galarian wheezing there was a Galarian coughing. Coughing doesn't get the love.
He does not. I think we had the idea of like it was like fairy flying coughing. That was like purifying the air.
But this is more of like a humidifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, still very cool. All right. Let's press on here. We've got Samurai Sam's first entry. The Pidgeot. With the full Pidgey line. I'll give you guys the blow-up version for a minute here. There we go. Oh, it's another coughing in another cloud. It's part of its evolution. The truth comes out.
Let's read it from there.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay.
We're good. We'll pop it up and down. So, Samurai Sam did a trio of entries, and all three are based on the legendary birds. The first one is, you guys have already called it out, it's Articuno based. So this is the Snowstorm Pidgeot. A recent discovery of these birds found in cold climates has shed some light on the myth of the legendary bird known as Articuno. Anywhere Articuno is said to have been spotted, these birds are sure to be found. Some even believe that this frosty bird is actually what people have seen in snowstorms and believe Articuno to be nothing but a myth of a few brave, secluded Pidgeot. Love it. This bird is also believed to predate its Cantonian counterpart, as ancient depictions of Pidgey and its line were blue, but until now this was considered an artistic choice and not an accurate depiction. We can now assume that as man began pioneering north and creating settlements across the land, these birds were easily domesticated due to their want to help humans. Eventually, they were used for mail couriers. The more the generations of birds were sent south, the more they lost the need for their ice typing.
Love the lore.
I love the lore. I'm here for it. I love lore.
Also, interesting note that if there's going to be... I've been thinking about this a lot when I go through. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to bring up a lot of hypotheticals. Like, if this were to be the one that won and it was incorporated into the campaign, this could very easily be what we saw in the mountain.
Could
flying
be.
Around the mountain.
They're already throwing the votes in.
Have you not seen? There's votes everywhere.
Are there really?
Yeah.
No, I've been today not looking at any of them to not skew any results.
Yeah. No, there's some in there. The only one that I know right now is my my 3-pointer.
Really?
The other 2 are still up for debate. But
for Christopher Bobo and any others curious how you vote, if you're part of the Discord, there's the art contest submissions tab right here. If you're in there.
If you're not, leave us a comment on the bottom of the video. We'll keep votes open for a week. So just give us whatever one's your favorite. Give 3 points. Second favorite, 2 points. And third favorite, 1 point.
This is
Do
true.
that in the comments below, and then we'll factor that into the Discord votes.
Yes. Anybody in the Discord, you follow this basic idea. You respond with the 1, 2, or 3 emoji underneath the one that you would like to give 1, 2, or 3 points to. Highest points wins, and so on and so forth from there. Gotta say, I love the lore. New boy, you did a phenomenal job. I love your picture as well. Samurai Sam, highly creative. I love it. Let's roll on down to the next in the line. It's a Swellow and a Talo, heavily influenced by Zapdos.
True.
So let's make it happen. This is Swellow, the Thundercloud Pokemon. Due to advancements in weather protection and the resilience of flying trainers and their Pokemon, we have discovered a new variant found in thunderclouds of all places. They appear to live in and be connected to thunderclouds. Talo even appears to nest atop such clouds and are often found living above the Swellow. These birds appear to live solely off of electricity generated in the upper atmosphere, explaining their delayed discovery. They almost never approach the ground unless during intense storms. It is unknown which came first, Hoenn, Swellow, or this new variant. He's back. It also appears that this electric flying Swellow variant could be connected to the lore surrounding the legendary bird Zapdos. Let's see. In fact, some scientists are claiming that these birds are responsible for most, if not all, Zapdos sightings. It is notable that when the Talo are excited by large thunderstorms, the only time Swellow will ever venture close to the ground, they create so much light that it causes a shadow to fall upon the Swellow, making it appear like all of the mythical depictions of Zapdos. Thus the belief that this Pokemon is responsible for the Zapdos myths. Crisp, clean lore. I love it.
I really like, from an art perspective on this one, how
let's blow it.
You wouldn't really see it. It's just a cloud that occasionally, like when the lightning goes off, you see the wings.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Love it.
Really cool.
Love it. It's slick. I like it.
The Aurelia, the bird entries. It's so
I
difficult.
know. Hedge your bias, mister. Yo, Silver Ashley's got a fair point. We need more non-normal flying birds. Please.
Well, there's plenty in here.
I'm here for it. All right. Oh, so they're not in the... Okay, I thought they were all in a row.
No.
All right, slight spoilers. We'll come back. We'll find the next Samurai Sam one when we find the next one. We go to Arctic Wind, a.k.a. the Frozen Spectres. I think that's your battle team.
That's his draft league team.
B. Howard. Bird bias.
I can't deny it.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Also, hello, Ben. Please mob him. So this is the Ghost-type Delcatty. The Prim Pokemon. Evolves from Skitty with a Duskstone. Love it. A wild population of the normal-type version of this Pokemon used to exist long ago. Researchers have been unable to pinpoint when the transition to Ghost-typing was made, but the popular theory is that they slowly adapted to the energy of the ruins they tidy up. Delcatty are extremely rare to find and have been found highly protective of their Skitty brethren. It was originally believed that they are trickster Pokemon, as where they go, things tend to happen.
No. It's where they go, things tend to happen.
That's why you're my voice director. Recent evidence has been found that they are instead drawing attention to themselves to allow Skitty to run wild and have fun. Love it. Cute. While they will gladly allow humans to pet them, they aren't afraid to take a swipe against those they consider too dirty or disrespectful of their efforts to always appear their best. That's me. Unlike the normal type variant, the ghost types seem to have a permanent frown and don't outwardly express their emotions.
So this is one, I couldn't help it going through. Some of them just screamed certain players to me, and I'll say them as we come across them.
Yeah.
This is Refisol's Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. It's a permanently frowning cat.
1000%. Just that that is mean against people that are too dirty or disrespectful.
Yeah. No, it's ideal.
Yeah, it's truly the referenceable Pokemon.
Those were 2 of his 3 characteristics.
Yeah.
He's very neat and he's respectful. But he'll also punch you in the back of the head. I really like
the tease of the Skitty, like hiding behind, like it's protecting, and you can't really see everything going for it there, which was a cool choice. And the colors on the Delcatty, like the fade from purple to yellow, is just really cool, really striking. I think if you were to see that at night, it would look super spooky because he'd have the eyes and just yellow tips.
You'd get like
so you don't
some
really know.
Cthulhu-esque energies there.
Like, are those a bunch of eyes? It's good choice. I like that choice.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Skitty variant too. I would like to see more of it, but I'm not. This is not me being like, we're a cooking show. I would have liked to taste more of the nutmeg.
And I disagree. So it's just...
Yeah. Like, I want to know more about the Skitty, but because of lore, I can't. And I like that. Like, that's cool. I like the mystery. So Arctic Wind, very, very well done. I love the lore. I love the picture. All around, great stuff. All right. We roll down again. We got another Samurai Sam edition. We've got Pelipper, the Lava Gullet Pokemon. Love it. That's exactly how they named the Pokemon. All right. A new form of Pelipper has been discovered. Once dormant, now very much alive and flying, recent expeditions to volcanic regions of the Laris region have unearthed this fire-flying Pokemon, and it is unknown how the water-flying variant we all know is connected to this volcanic creature. What we do know is that an explorer's Magby was playing in a puddle of magma next to some Pelipper-sized rock when all of a sudden the rock began to move, and the young Magby leaped out of this creature's maw just in time for the Pelipper to appear from the earth. As it flew away, dripping its magma across the landscape, many other solidified rocks began to materialize into Wingull and Pelipper alike. This Pokemon is believed to be ancient and must have been lying dormant for some time now, but why awaken now? What we do know is that anywhere that the lore of Moltres is found, so too do these Pelipper and Wingull rise from the ground. Could they be Moltres' champions? Could this be a sign of disaster or the natural flow of adaptation and evolution? Ooh, baby. I love it. I think it's great. I love the red stripes. I think it's very cool. I like the lava literally like pooling out of its...
How I feel after Wing Night.
That's
great.
Yeah. Dude, that jalapeno cheesesteak yesterday, this was me. I was on fire.
I don't know if this was intentional, but I like that aesthetically it looks like an upside down volcano.
It does. I just caught that.
And it's just like it's got all that lava in there.
Let's blow it up. I'm like looking up at the TV for a better view. Here's what I gotta do.
Yeah, and then like all the cracks in it, like
that's his beak's got them too.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I like this. This is very cool. This is a mascot of Frank's Red Hot, dude. It could be. Let's get you an art deal somehow out of this new boy.
And like the cool plumes, because Pokemon I think is hit or miss on how they execute that.
Yeah.
Like I think
the plume is either like part of them and just moves, or like actually billows.
Like Galarian Weezing is done poorly in the game, like the way the 3D model looks. But there are some, like I imagine this like Mega Charizard X, where when the fire's coming out, if they animated it like that, this would be so freaking cool.
Yeah. If it moves and is not just a block.
Yeah.
It's clip art that they put on a 3D model. I think I like all 3 of the birds. But yeah, this one, that you're winning me over with the upside down volcano image.
I want to see if you were to get these wet, if they'd become like rock type Pelippers.
They get too heavy and he falls.
They'd just harden.
All
but
right.
Really cool.
Let's press on here. We got another FUD original. Roly-Coly, the rock poison smog Pokemon. Keeping Pokemon away from it, Roly-Coly wraps itself in a poisonous smog so no one can touch it. It is believed that if a trainer inhales the fog, they have an hour before they will die. Make it count.
Intense.
Make it count.
Yeah.
Use that time, that hour. Get to a hospital. Try. This is scary. I like Roly-Coly. I like when rock Pokemon become gaseous. Cassius the Gaseous. I like it. I think it's very, it's a simple change, but highly effective.
You know what makes me really curious about this, and I really want to see it in motion, is that it retains the rock typing. Because right now, it looks like pure gas.
Yeah.
And I want to see it move, because I feel like that would be not what you'd expect.
Yeah. I think it would be really cool if, deep inside there, it's just like a poisonous ball of rock, and that gas is just pooling out, and somebody's like, yo, guys, check this out, and then you've got... it's Legends of the Hidden Temple After Dark. You got to get to the...
Just smear a berry on it.
You got to get out of the Tomb of the Silver Monkey. Yes, Grover, you're going to unmake the bed, aren't you? You always do.
That's what he does.
He always does, man. He's a bed messer. He just moves everything.
Really cool idea. I'm so intrigued as well to see where it goes. Because imagining a colossal in this regard is just...
A
wild.
gassy colossal. He'd be like plasma. Oh.
There's a lot of options. And the thing that's fun about this specific entry...
Let's blow him up again.
Again, in my hypothetical, should this one win and be incorporated, there's so much wiggle room to make this grow throughout... episodes as it goes. There's a whole lot that can be... This one's still a ball of clay.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of
There's a lot,
fun stuff.
That's the best part about all these, is I could happily work with everybody to get them all in. But, a man of my word, will only do the top 3. Alright. You can ignore me talking about this. Look, I've pinned a message. That's fun. Let's roll it on down. We got New Boy applying his own first arts. We've got an electric ghost Staraptor. I remember this. This one is really cool. Betrayed by the electric coil it carried to protect itself when the electricity overcame its body, its vengeful ghost bird possessed the coil it depended on and broke it. Only to find that it could no longer move on, angry at its death, and now trapped near the coil, it uses its ghost powers to hover the coil parts so it can still fly.
Tragic.
This thing is I love it. I love it. I can think of 30, 40, maybe 50 different places to put one of these.
Just the...
Places to put stuff.
The arc in itself of being this Starly that's carrying this thing and this thing's giving me power. This is awesome. And he gets stronger and he's like, I can take on more electricity. I can carry this thing with me. I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
But then...
Tragedy.
Too much power. Turns into a vengeful ghost.
Like Alan Parrish.
Yep.
From Jumanji. There he is. I love it. I think it's very cool. I love this Starly. Is absolute cutie. Staravia right here could absolutely... I could not beat it in a fight. There's no way. This one, it's too late for you.
Hey.
If this is coming after you.
Hey, Silver. Electric birds are awesome, and I want one so bad. And this is not the last electric bird in this list of submissions, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Look at that. Aurelio says, imagine how the tots would react to it dying in order to evolve.
Like the colors?
No, because it dies.
What do you mean?
The Staraptor dies.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
No, just imagine if Milo's walking around with one of these.
Yeah.
And you've got it for 100 sessions.
Yeah.
And then it's someone crits it with a ground move and the coil explodes. And then he's like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Too spooky. Woo! Alright, let's roll it on down. We got another New Boy original. A Water Dragon Flygon. Dragon typing. Water typing. Perfect. It's a perfect mixture. You get that ice resistance to everything water's weak to. It's ideal. I can't think of anything that it's weak to at all, except for dragon and fairy. And I think that's it. But who runs those these days? This Flygon adapted to a new environment when, as a Trapinch, it was released for being weak away from its natural habitat by a spiteful trainer, not a strideful painter. That's different.
So I think one of my favorite parts about this from an art perspective is because it's water, I'm going to assume that it can swim or at least go underwater. And that fin is very like Gyarados reminiscent.
I love it.
So if it were to be swimming along the surface, that would be its like intimidation tactic. If something was bigger than it, you would see that fin coming out of the water and you'd be like, yeah, and leave. I think that's really cool.
No, this is good tech. I like the blue like water bubble goggles. I love the whole aesthetic because it's subtle with the Vibrava. It's got that nice blue coloration to it. Be like, okay, let's see what's going on, and then they hit him with the fin, and he comes at you. Like if you're swimming and you see this, you're like, dude, we're off the coast of Kyoshi Island. We're about to get just absolutely wrecked.
I ain't surfing with that unagi.
No,
get me out of here.
Yeah, but I like Silver. I like that this is the same because they do that all the time.
I think the
look
lore,
at Galarian Coffin,
or the reason behind that is because it was left behind as a Trapinch. Yeah, and then the Trapinch moved in its new environment and went in the water and adapted as it evolved. Yeah,
this would be a really fun encounter, I think. To have like a watery Flygon because you're expecting the Gyarados. You're geared up for a Gyarados and then boom. Like they hit him with this.
You bopped with a Flygon.
Yeah. That is... Silver's got a good question. Would the Trapinch still be ground type? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on our bit of lore here, it was released for being weak away from its natural habitat. So I'm assuming they caught it in the desert, took it to the beach, and they're like, why are you losing to all the water types? And they're like,
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Exactly. And then the Trapinch is like, all right, I'll show you a fish. Cheers. So yeah, I think this is really cool. Oh, hello. Resident Zelda Bow 5050, Bow 50, aka Bookworm. That's what I was getting to, but I thought it would be easier to say. All right. Yeah, we're only down to Flygon, so we haven't gone too far.
All right. Look at that. Another electric bird.
An electric fighting Torchic line.
Still a bird.
All right. So we got 3 entries right here, but again, still all in one. But this one I remember this thing right here. I remember being really cool. Yeah. All right. Torchic has a hard time keeping a charge within the band around its neck. To recharge, it quickly rubs its feet along the ground. Love it. He's got the socks on the carpet. Shocking you. Combuskin has learned to more easily use the electric current from the bands in its punches. Faster moves, the more electricity it can expel from them. Love that lore. It's getting stronger. It's got 2 more. I love the hair tie one, too. That's good. It's good tech right there. And then you got this guy. The electric bands have now become chakrams for Blaziken. If it sees one of its fiery counterparts, it will challenge them to a race. Sick. I love it. Because the Blaziken might be like, let's fight. And then this guy's like, actually, no. Let's race. Let's go.
I'm sure I just am forgetting something, but is electric fighting a new typing? Does that exist somewhere? Who am I not thinking of?
Oh, I want to say that it's not the first, but I also do not have a counter argument for you. I don't know.
Someone will correct me shortly.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
if anybody can think of Elekid, because
he's just electric.
He's just straight lightning, aka electric.
Oh, no, Galarian Zapdos. Is Zorora fighting? I don't know my mythicals that well.
Zorora?
But
I don't know that one at all, so you got me beat there. But yeah, I don't think there's a so to speak mundane electric fighting.
A non-legendary.
Yeah, so to speak. Okay. Yeah,
I really like
love
this
it.
one.
Love it. I think it's cool. It's very unique.
I think
it's exciting.
in
Spice.
the context of our specific.
You're wrong. Wait. Who's Galarian?
Is he just fighting?
He's fighting
flying. Gotcha. Like Halucha. Duh.
I like Halucha. Unrelated.
Context of D&D. This one, I don't know whose team this would be best for. I'm kind of leaning CJ.
Yeah.
Because it's got a little bit of performer aspect to it.
Yeah. I could
see it fitting in well with his like wrestler shows. But it liking to race is like a good team dynamic thing.
That's also, it's a highly Bentley trait as well, wanting to race.
I can
Evan
picture
Monty.
the Chakrams and Wimpimble teaming up for some cool stuff.
Now that would be slick. Is it faster than Derby? Nothing is faster than Derby.
Except for Bullet.
It's close. Derby underground, unmatched. Bullet in the skies, unmatched. You put them together, it's too close to call. Yeah. Oh, Ice. It's okay. Ice, I didn't notice. If you didn't say anything, I wouldn't have noticed. So it's okay. I think it works, though. Like, if you just change him to, like, little talons, I just figured we couldn't see him because he's got his hands over the chakrams. It's all good, man. I love the idea. I love the execution. It's all good all the same. Let's roll it on down here. Another one from Mr. Fudd. I remember these. These are cool. So we got Steel Electric Krabbies and Kinglers. So these Krabby and Kinglers were made during the Pokemon War to defend bases. At the end of the war, they gained sentience and now travel in squads to protect their homes. Second image is shiny.
This is
bonus points for showing me what the shiny looks like.
This is in my personal like draft thing. This is what I would imagine being on Bentley's team out of these entries.
This is extreme dial-up energy.
But also, like, the defensive tactics.
Yep.
Him being, like, the typing is interesting. I just can see it gelling on his team really well and comboing with a lot of his team members.
Yeah. This is slick. I like the green.
The metal texture is a great touch.
Yeah. That's... Oh!
And as Ben says, and a crab.
It is also a crab.
Hitting everything.
Yeah. This, very good, Aurelio. Very nicely drawn. Mr. Fudd, love it. I think the lore is great. I think the execution and the drawing is phenomenal. I love everything about this.
I love too. Can you open it back up?
Yeah.
The joints are like ball bearing joints.
Yeah.
So they make sense. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Mm-hmm. Mechanically.
Yeah.
So you'd have those rotating in there, and they just like they imitate Krabbies, but they're not, and they're gonna mess you up.
Yeah. Aurelio, don't worry. The bonus points they're in my heart. I love your variants that we'll get to, as we continue to roll on down. But genuinely, these are great. Grass bug.
With electric steel, criminally weak to fire,
and
but a great combo.
If you get a fire ground opponent, it's over.
But it would be sick. I think this is a great Bentley team. Edition.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's roll it on down. We got Lucas. Lucas submits the Rebirth Trevenant Fire Fairy. Haunting. This is scary.
The Scorched Earth Pokemon.
The Forest Fire Pokemon. Unlike common Phantoms and Trevenants, these rebirth forms are born when the forest has become overcrowded or stagnant.
Great point. I love that idea.
Good lore. That's good wood. The Phantom is cast out from its brood based on its fiery tendencies. It is then forced to roam the forest until it evolves into a Trevenant, absorbing bits of life force along the way. Once at this size and strength, the Trevenant will set the stagnant forest ablaze. Once the forest has run its course, the Trevenant will root itself and go dormant. It serves its body as an anchor for the promotion of new life to prosper and grow back healthy, using the bits of life force that it had absorbed during its life cycle.
It's got a full story. A full-on loop.
It's the native to California. Oh no. Oh no. I love it. I think lore-wise, it's phenomenal. Griff wouldn't have made a deal with that guy.
Probably not.
Nah, he would have. He would have been fine. So, yeah, this thing is incredible. I love it. I love the idea. Exactly. Mini Gamer knows where I'm headed. It is the Wildfire Druid. They understand that in order to continue life, sometimes you gotta burn it down and start fresh. In a forest context, please don't go around lighting fires.
This was one that I was really interested to see that it was fairy type. Based purely on the picture.
Oh, here, I've been so rude. Let me make it larger.
And then reading it, I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. But I was so surprised to see that paired with fairy, because I just thought that would be pure fire or wood type, of course.
Firewood.
That's the new type I'm pitching and sticking to.
Yeah, Joel's pitching wood type and tongue type.
Those not sound tongue.
For Generation 9.
Yeah, fire wood type. Yeah, fairy was unexpected, but when I read it, I was like, oh dang, that makes a lot of sense.
That's the rebirth for it. I love that it's.
And Phantom gets a body, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, we get some very strong fiery Thanos vibes. Like, come on, guys, we're spread too far, and everyone's like, shut up, nerd. And he's like, let me show you the way.
Yep.
And then he makes the ultimate sacrifice.
The other thing I want to point out, open it back up.
Yeah.
It looks like, Trevenant is doing most of the, burning down to help. And Phantom here is just the helper. He's, collecting the ashes for later. He's like, let's get all this life essence. I'll contain it in my stump. And we'll use that for later. And so that's why he's got hands and feet, too, so he can go scoop them in. That was kind of my headcanon for seeing what's coming out.
That's good. I like it. I like both of these. These are both phenomenal. All right. Let's see. I remember this guy. I like this guy. This guy knows what's up. All right, Lucas with the Driftblim Zeppelin form. It's Ghost Steel. This variant of Driftblim stems from a biological defect in the Pokemon's buoyancy ballast organs that keep it upright and afloat. This condition is only noticed upon evolution of a Drifloon. The defect forces the Pokemon to grow in length rather than in height to maintain a proper center of gravity.
Perfect.
The Driftblim will also develop a strong steel-like hide to protect its internal organs from further changes or damage. Although the appearance is drastically altered, this defect seemingly does not inhibit the Pokemon's abilities or lifespan. In fact, the Zeppelin form Drifblim seems to trade off by relying less on air currents with decreased speed and increased maneuverability. I love
the idea of that, having
long boy.
He's just he's not able to maintain his balance, so he's like, I guess I'll get longer. Slowly, this is the form that he takes on. I love that he's steel type and that he's now weak to fire. There's just something right about a blimp being weak to fire. It has to be.
Fudd says, thank you for looking at his entries. Fudd, it's been our absolute pleasure.
Thank you for submitting entries. Yeah.
Christopher, who is to say if this wins, then who maybe I'll make.
There's a tracker on that thing, so we'll go find it.
All right,
and just
I love it.
Having to use its 4 gangly limbs to don't want to tip.
I just in my head I'm picturing if this thing ever lands, and just have on its little hands. But if you go off the old dex entries for Drifloon and Driftblim, he's got extra hands to grab extra children to fly away with.
There you go. That's fun.
No, it's not.
Maybe
he can grab He can grab an even larger man because he can grab from longer away. He stretched out so he could grab adults now too. That's scary.
I wonder if
I think it's cool.
If you were to make this exist in the Pokemon world, I'm assuming if you were going to use this to assist with transportation, you wouldn't be able to get inside of it. No. Or you wouldn't want to.
Would you put a saddle on it?
Or do you have it hold a big thing, just a people mover?
Really? I wasn't gonna say it, but Aurelio said it for me. Okay.
Let's move on.
Let's move. Get us out of here.
This, I have to say, this is my favorite Lucas entry. I'll let you read it.
Is it because it goes boop?
No.
Okay.
Read on.
All right, this is Cricketune the Brass Pokemon. Bug and Steel. This variant of Cricketune can be found distance from their more common relatives. Common Cricketune prefer and produce soothing melodies based on their emotions, while these variants produce bold and sometimes noisy brass sounds using their horn-like antennas on their heads. These Cricketune use their sharp arms as a sort of tuning slide to change the pitch of their cries in order to communicate with each other or to ward off enemies and predators. It is said that in the past, soldiers would seek out brass Cricketune nests and try to camp near them. This was in hopes that the sound of approaching enemies would cause the Cricketune to trumpet and alert the sleeping soldiers.
So instead of it being a violin, he's trumpets. So instead of like doing like a dealy, he'd be like really loud and obnoxious.
So instead, he's the guy in the kitchen with the kid that has sunglasses on.
Yeah,
and he goes
exactly,
and then the kid's slamming his head at the oven door.
So rather than
I like that I love the sauce of the soldiers camping near them. You get like some Civil War vibes. You get the trumpeters. Love it.
Yeah, I love it. So we've brought it up on more than a few streams, but I can just imagine a quartet of these doing the Taskmaster theme song. It'd be amazing. So I love just like
Appreciative Arts likes your shirt.
Thank you.
Hello, Sugi Waffles.
Is that? There's no way that's Tim, is it?
Dude, if it is, you have to tell us.
Yeah, if it is, you have to.
If it's Tim,
I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's gonna be crazy. There's no way.
But it's just the way that he's just the opposite of a regular Cricketune.
Yeah.
And a little more aggressive.
I like the sauce.
See this is a similar one I could see on CJ's team pretty easily, but I could also see this being a Phoebe Pokemon.
I think Phoebe would try to then find other musically inclined Pokemon.
Yeah.
You get Pontiki on the tambourine. She's already geared for it. She loves it. It could happen.
And your Trumpeteer.
Yeah.
Gotta name it Satchmo.
Yeah, if you gotta name it Satchmo, it is legally required. Okay. Now we get to the Aurelios. Now the Aurelio ones are threefold. So there's gonna be a lot of reading, but there's some great sauce here.
I would say read it. Let's pull it up, and then read it, pull it up.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the Highland Dex entry for the Grass and Fire.
I'm gonna do a smidge more setup. So basically, we have a regional form of a Rosalia line, Roserade. But imagine it like Shellos. So there's different portions of the region that influence how it looks. It's still the same type, still the same Pokemon, but it looks different based on where they're found.
Okay. Yeah, I had that explained because I kept telling Aurelia that I really like the Scarred Lands ones, and I was told that never go there because it's poisonous. But we'll get to those in a sec. We'll jump right on in with the Highland area. These Pokemon spend their lives traveling the highlands of the Solaris region. If they come across any travelers who aim to cause harm to the forest or its inhabitants, they attack with their burning fury. Most who face the flames of these Pokemon are never seen again. So you just sort of die. I love the eyes. That's some good sauce. If it's not obvious, I do love the color purple, and I'm very excited anytime I see it in like a gemstone form.
Can I see something real
quick? That's some good sauce.
So that's what I thought. I was trying to remember. I really like the concept of, if this is intentional or if it's not, you can correct me. But I read it as, rather than like this one being on fire and this one being a flower, this is what it looks like head on, and then from the side it looks like that.
So it's fire so it's that like, looks like a flower.
Check out this flower to draw you in, and it's like, you fool! And
then you're incinerated.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Highland Roserade. Then we have the Heartland Roserade. So these Pokemon devote their lives to raising young, whether it be its own Badoo, a child lost in the woods, or even another Pokemon's lost eggs. Their nests are made of rose petals for said young, with small fires outside of their cave to keep the eggs warm. They are very protective. I like it. I like it. It's very good. Your thoughts on the eyes were, if you saw this at night, you would not be having a good night. That's exactly correct. I would be terrified. So here is our Highland form. These are the ones that love babies and eggs.
That's a cute baby, though. Like
that's
the cutest Badoo of the three, so it makes sense.
Absolutely. Look at this little cutie. Got the little blue scarf action going on, even though it's fully on fire. Don't pet it. Got the eyes again. I do like it's a little tricky to see on this monitor, but you can see it up top.
Out.
I think you can see it up there, but we'll zoom out again. I love the black hair going on. It's a very...
And I thought it was a cool touch based on how these entries are too, but the Roselia having like the smoothed head.
Yeah, I get very like
regal.
cleric regal vibes there. So let's take a look now at the third one for this. You got the Scarred Lands Dex entry. These Pokemon are extremely hostile, as most Pokemon species are when living in the Scarred Lands. After being corrupted by the poison gas that settles in the Scarred Land, this caring and loving Pokemon turned malicious. Now seeks out other Pokemon's eggs, either cooking the eggs or covering them in its acid it secretes from its rose petals. It has also been known to attack humans when they venture too far out of the Scarred Lands. Huh? No. Terrifying. I love the toxic frog energy. It's the
toxic frog energy.
Yeah, it's like all those like brightly colored frogs that are like, hey dude, if you get any closer or you try to eat me, you're gonna die horribly. Oh, Aurelio, it's okay. We're gonna be talking about him for a little bit longer. It's all good. Oh, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. I like this one. I like this one a lot. I think lore-wise, I like this one. Coloring-wise, this one absolutely.
I like the first one.
But this one, like, from an inspiration point, I love it. They're like, oh, hey. Oh, you were stomping on some flowers earlier. Here, I have another one for you. Gotcha. Absolutely roast them.
I think it's the contrast between... I like how bright and vivid the flowers are in the first one, because it's more of like it's more eye-grabby. Yeah. Where you would be drawn to those, and you might not even see the Roselia it's attached to.
Yeah. And then by the time you see it, it's too late.
Yep. Rip.
But I love the lore on all three. I love the reasoning for it. I think they're phenomenal.
I think it's interesting that from a lore perspective, they're different based on their community, kind of.
Yeah.
Rather than their environment. I mean, there's still some influences from the environment, but there's a lot more attention to like how they act amongst themselves and how it's informing.
You're bringing up the nature v nurture.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like all three. I think all three are great. Let's move on. We got the Wookiee submitting a Psychic Rock Donphan. Love it. It's from the Indrava region. It's known as the Terrakinetic Pokemon. I love big science sounding words. I love it. I love it. It uses Terrakinesis to assault would-be predators with a hailstorm of stones. In close combat, it summons up to 2 large tusk-shaped stones to defend itself with.
And its ability is it gets extra PP on its moves because of its big brain memory.
It's time for big brain memory. I like that a lot.
Appreciative Arts, hey, thank you, real quick.
Oh.
That was very nice of you to say. We appreciate you.
Yeah. No, like, thank you guys for all that you do. You're a lovely bunch of folks.
This stream's all about you guys, too.
Yeah.
You guys did some amazing stuff.
I love this.
I immediately got Darmanitan vibes.
Okay.
How cool would it be for Donphan to have a similar thing where it could change?
It's a smarter slurp. He's got big brain energy.
as Slurp gains more memories and gets a big brain, then it takes over.
That would be great. If this guy wins and Slurp just slowly gets a big brain.
But I
and
can
then
also
just starts floating.
I like how he still is maintaining. He looks a lot more like psychic, but he's still round like Donphan. Like I could still easily
roll.
see him rolling.
Yeah. I like the ornaments on the head here.
Mm-hmm.
I think those gemstones are slick. I like they're even on his little feet. But I also feel like he could crush you without hesitation, or lift you onto his back very playfully and like shake your hand because he's still like he's a big elephant. I think this is really cool.
Great idea. I never in my wildest dreams would have considered a psychic Donphan in any capacity.
Yeah.
So that was a good take.
I think that's very good. All right. We got Nick throwing in the psychic fairy Jigglypuff line. Little bit of history. They are treated as pests. Arbox, Ariados, and Victreebel have been introduced more heavily to the environment to cull the Jigglypuff. People have underestimated the hardiness of this Pokemon, and it is said to advance the mild psychic abilities it possessed to adapt and protect itself. I'm loving the sauce. Igglybuff. The aroma that this Pokemon releases does draw the attention of Pokemon that would love to consume the source. The new psychic damage this fairy can cause has helped it defend itself. Its ability is immunity.
That's huge.
Very good thematically. And hidden ability, Bad Dreams.
Good if it's typing too.
Yeah. That's slick. Let's see. Do we jump down and then back up and then down and back up?
Real quick, Appreciative Arts. Discord is a Patreon exclusive. It is at the lowest $1 tier. However, if you do like these entries and you would like to cast some votes, please do so in the comments of this YouTube video. Give a 3 to your favorite entry, a 2 to your second favorite, and a 1 to your third favorite, and we will count those votes as far as the contest goes. Drew and I do have a pretty decent handle on who's who, though, so don't be voting for yourself as a YouTube commenter, because we'll know it was you.
All right. So let's see. We got Igglybuff. Oh, yo. Okay, so here's our Igglybuff. So we've jumped down. We've got Igglybuff.
I didn't even notice, like, the aura.
Look at that. It's got some wispies going on. That's the sauce that it's letting out. Saying, hey, come get me. It's setting out an aroma. Grammar Paladin, you cannot rig this. I mean, maybe, but please don't try.
We already know of the secret coup to give all of them the same amount of points so they can all tie.
You accidentally added everyone for that one. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so let's take a look at Jigglypuff. We've seen a little bit. So, affected by the intrusion of poison-type Pokemon to the home of these Jigglypuff, they have strengthened the hypnotic abilities that they possess naturally. Now these fairies no longer simply put their foes to sleep, they also use their newfound psychic abilities to cause nightmares. I love that the abilities have remained. I'm going to talk about them every time. I think the immunity is phenomenal because you've got those.
Bookworm, you are supposed to vote in the Discord. This is just for people that aren't in our Discord that may want to vote. We're just letting some other votes come in.
Yeah. Bookworm, if you see the stuff like this, you just put a little emoji. 1, 2, or 3 under the Pokemon. You get 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3 that you can give out to anybody. But anyways, back on down here. I love the Jigglypuff. I like the berries going on. I remember there's something about berries that's coming up, but we'll get there, I think. You get the Wigglytuff. The new influence of the Twisted Spoon has influenced the balloon Pokemon to use a combination of air to puff up, and its telekinetic abilities seem even threatening to those... Oh, maybe even more? Even more threatening. I got you. Even more threatening to those that intrude on its space. Appearance, the tuft of fur on all of their foreheads has turned white, while the rest of its fur has turned to light lavender, while Wigglytuff still retains its white belly fur. Their eyes have achieved the intelligence of other Pokemon of the psychic type. I was going to say they've got some pretty strong anime eyes. There's also typically a berry or two being held aloft by psychic powers. Yes, but why? I want to know. I want to know more about them.
I think it'd be cool to factor this into a move or an ability in terms of D&D, like you can have berries float around you and it not be your hold item.
Yeah. That is... I like it. It's very good. New Boy also did the art for this one. Very good job. I love it. I love all three. I love the lore. I love that I've got a nice little bit of history right here. I love it. It's phenomenal. There's some incredible stuff. I love everything that these
and they
these
came
three are
in
doing.
To purge them with these poison types, and
You only made them stronger.
No,
Yeah.
Get out.
Wigglytuff ain't no snack. She's a full meal. Ain't that the truth? All right, rolling on down. We got another Nick Osborne one. I'm loving these little history drops. I love it. The sauce. All right, we've got an electric bug, Illumise, and Volbeats. History. The electric variants of these bugs have been caused indirectly by humans. The normal migratory patterns of these bugs have changed based on light pollution they can receive. This change has left their nesting spots near that of large cities, namely the electrical plants outside the city. The light shows that these Pokemon typically put on has changed based on the sparks that will get thrown by the electrical generators. So Volbeat. The excess electricity that is stored by this Pokemon can be seen escaping from its light bulb-like tail. The electricity that Volbeat releases can be seen crackling in the sky as it draws pictures. The pictures that glow longer than that of a normal Volbeat. The ability, plus. Love it. Highly thematic or battery.
Yep.
Raises the power of allies' special attacks. Did you come up with that? Is that like...
I don't think... I
that
feel
a
like
new...
Charjabug has that.
Okay. I'm like, that's a really cool ability. So either way, like, it's very creative or thematic. I think that's just great.
It's cool that they're both support roles.
Hello, Comet the Comic. Just a mild aside there. All right. Illumise or Illumise. I think there's like a little sauce on the end of there. The charged electricity that Illumise releases has the opposite charge of that of Volbeat's. Because of this, the two will typically be seen near each other. The shapes that Illumise and Volbeat create are said to interfere with radio signals. More tasty lore, more sauce. All right. Appearance, their antennae now stand on end and their non-colored stripes glow when full of electric power. As the power slowly weakens from use, the glow will fade and its antenna will curl up. The popped collar that this Pokemon possesses have become spiked and give off minor sparks of electricity. This is phenomenal. I love they got the popped collar, they got the lightning going on, they got the whoops. I love it. I think it's phenomenal. I think both of these are really cool. I love the lore bits on how they can interfere with radio signals. Like, that's just very, very cool. I love it. Again, I like all of these. These are all really, really cool. I could see these guys fitting in, like, outside. You see, like, fireworks going off, and it's just these two having, like, a rock show. Get some little...
Or even, like, I could see them as, like, not that we've been there yet, but imagining the big city of Fola and them being used to do, like, similar things like fireworks shows.
Yeah.
Or, in general, just when that's not happening, like, helping with the power of things and helping people.
Yeah.
And just there being, like, swarms of these around the city, but the people love them, and it's not, like, a bad... infestation.
Yeah, they're not running around knocking over trash cans.
It's a Mitch Hedberg koala infestation.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a deep cut right there, but I know exactly what you're saying. Real quick, for Comet the Comic, I think you've just popped in expecting to see some Pikmin. No worries, it's coming as soon as we get through all these entries. We held an art contest in our Discord, and we're just showing off what the beautiful folks that are most of them are here in the chat right now have drawn and submitted, and we're going through them for everybody so everyone can see them all in one place, all at one time, and then we're gonna have about a week to vote for them, and the top 3 or maybe the top 1 or however we do it, probably the top 3 because I'm not gonna be able to choose. The top 3 we're gonna put into the D&D show somewhere down the line and work a little more closely with the artists and kind of figure out what's going on. But that's what's happening. Just to catch you up. Moving on down, we have Aurelio's Steel Dragon Garchomp. So this is going to be another one where we have the 3 parts of the region. So, let's just roll it on down here. So we can see the top one. This is our Highland Dex entry. This is the Memorial Pokemon. I think I glossed over that for the Rosa raid. They all have like an additional little bit of Dex entry goodness.
But they're all better than Machamp, the 4-armed Pokemon.
Machamp has 4 arms. These Pokemon have no memory of their lives before being turned into living metal. Jinkies. However, the ones uncorrupted from the Scarred Lands remember their trainers they worked with after the war. Each year, each Garchomp lets out a fiery breath into the air on the anniversary of the end of the war. They are hopeful their trainers might come back.
That's so sick.
That hurts my heart, but that's also
great.
That's very touching and lovely. This is really cool. Before I even look at the other ones. Again, I'm loving the little bit of metal going on. That little metal texture. I think it's very cool.
And the return on the ankles of the
ball bearing joints. Got to keep them flexible out there.
And Gabite's got him in the elbows too. They're like rivets,
so they can
like rivet joints.
Just bosh them. Yeah,
I'm a sucker for the mechanical, so I like those touches a lot.
Lesser known fact about Machamp: he also has 4 hands. All right, Heartland version. We've got these Pokemon were ruthlessly tortured during the war, and evolving hurts them greatly. Thus, most trainers give their Gibble and Gabites Everstones. However, in the wild, Gibbles and Gabites actively try to evolve to prove they are strong of will and of body.
That's interesting.
Ha!
Because you're in this constant struggle of please don't, but also I'm good enough. Let me prove it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the neck too. That's cool.
So he's going all around.
And they can it looks like they can spin all the way around.
Yeah.
That's tight.
So that'd be scary. You're walking around, he just spins his head, looks back at you. It's time to perish. Okay, so let's check out the last one. We got the Scarred Lands. This Pokemon was known to be one of the worst opponents to face during the War of the Dragons. Built by Queen Alice's hand-picked best scientists, these Pokemon were transformed into bloodthirsty machines. Over time, these Pokemon slowly lost their ability to feel empathy and sympathy, and in turn lost their ability to care for others' lives. Now they roam the Scarred Lands, tearing anything they find to shreds.
Yikes. Aesthetically, this one's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. I like this lovely hue going on. I like that it's kind of shifting in and out. I think it's very nice. This is very, very thematically great. I think all 3 of these I would be terrified to see. Like, I would probably immediately I'm running and screaming if I see any of these. I can't face you. I'm sorry. I have to go. They're all very cool. I would love to play around with these things. I think you've got some just lovely lore going on.
I'm curious. You'll have to fill me in. Obviously, Queen Alice has a hand in this, but I feel like information about her kingdom and or her family would inform some of the color choices.
It definitely probably could. They can be sweethearts if you're from the Heartlands or the Highlands, but not if you're from this one. The Scarred Lands, it's too late. They've already come for you. All right, so those are the triple Garchomps. Down and on we go. I remember this one. So this one's stuck with me. Arctic Wind. We've got a Seahorse Mudsdale. Already so proud. Can you clarify what you mean, please?
Let's make the
Wind.
easiest comparison. Let's go Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and let's pretend that Alice is from the Golden Deer. If you were going to construct Robot Garchomp, they would probably, in some degree, have a coloration or be built in the image of the house they're representing. So that when you have these metal Garchomp going out, you know where they're coming from immediately when you see them.
Yeah, okay, so I like that. So
that's what I was getting at.
If their house colors or something, or like this
representative
this copper
of your
and
kingdom.
Purple. Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. That would add a nice little touch of sauce. Okay. Carrying on through, we got the Seahorse Mudsdale. I love this guy. Long ago, a large herd of Mudbray and Mudsdale used to live along the coastline. Great flooding slowly devastated their habitat, forcing the group in two. Most of them separated and traveled far away, keeping their original ground typing. The small few that remained evolved, for lack of a better word. They adapted to their new environment. Now they spend most of their lives in the water. Their Mudbray young possess small lungs that force them to live their young years on the shore. The Mudsdale, however, poke their heads above the water every few hours to take another breath before diving to rest among the seaweed once more. This Larian variant has only recently been discovered in the last 100 years. Researchers still puzzle over several unanswered questions. Can the Mudsdale survive on land? Are their hooves actual hooves, or are they hardened sand like the hardened mud of the ground type? Do they get their energy through photosynthesis of their seaweed, by eating underwater vegetation, or both? Do they have any natural predators? I want answers to all of these questions. Regardless, it's hard to get too close to them. The Mudbray turn aggressive when outsiders come too close. What they can't chase away, the Mudsdale will drown.
Yikes.
So obvious inspiration from the Kelpie.
Love Kelpies, dude.
Beauty.
That's like a soft spot for me.
Beauty.
Like monster-wise, oof. Solid. As soon as I saw that, I think I texted or called Drew. I was like, someone made a Kelpie. And
There's
I lost my
Kelpie. There's a Kelpie.
But yeah, super cool. Someone pointed out in there, but I was thinking the same thing where like this would have been wild to see in Wadalonga or like Lahana, even just like teased at.
Dude.
Just you know,
if you're in Lahana,
hey, there's a swimming horse chasing away Klaus with his basket, and like, excuse me, what?
What? Dang, dude. Yeah, I really like this thing. I think it's very, very exciting. I like that it's water and grass. I mean, you guys know, I love to take something that's not water or grass and make it water and grass. So this is great. The Kelpie inspiration, I love it. I'm for it. You've thrown questions at me that I can't answer, but if it wins, I'll have to answer. And that prospect is very exciting. The Lotads were so thick you just couldn't see them.
It's possible.
He's looking out for me. All right. Shall we take a look at Licky? The baby tongue? Oh my god. Dude, it's Koibi, dude! The baby tongue Pokemon.
I don't know if we've talked about that on stream. I think we have.
Oh, it may have come up.
When we play Smash, we refer to Kirby as Koibi.
He's
from
Koibi.
the Bronx.
Koibi from the Bronx.
He's just not as nice as he looks.
Because he's always just beating you. He's got the punches and the kicks. It is only as of recently that professors have discovered these baby Pokemon among groups of Lickitung and Licky. They're usually seen with their tongues sticking out a little, like they can't pull the entirety in their mouth. It is entirely unclear if its cheeks are always full of food or if it's just fed so much that its cheeks get plump.
Kerbo.
Kerbo and Koibi. I love it. I think he's cute.
This would be one... I can't speak for everybody, but this would be one that I feel like if it walked up to the group, we would be like... Oh.
You'd be so dubious of it, but also so sad.
We'd be so sad, and if it like needed help, we would all be like, absolutely, anything you need.
Bye, Yancy. Thanks for swinging by.
See you, Yancy.
Bye.
I think this one would be a really fun group dynamic.
Sentient gumballs. I think this thing is adorable. I would love to see them just everywhere. I think it's great. I think Lickitung deserves a baby form. It's long overdue.
And then when it sticks its tongue out to attack, it loses its cheeks because they're just that full of its own tongue.
Dude, completely unrelated. What do you think?
It'd be fun.
It would be. There you go. No context there.
Okay.
Boop. All right, rolling on down. We got some Liperds. Yet again from Aurelio. So we've got the Highland Liperd, the first aid Pokemon. Unexpected. These Pokemon were originally from the Unova region, but so many were lost in the icy mountains of the Solaris region. Instead, they adapted to the new snowy peaks. These Pokemon actively seek out those who are like them, and abandoned in the cold, they stay with people until they either die or they are strong enough to continue. Man, can you imagine you're like up in the mountains, and instead of a Saint Bernard bringing you some whiskey to warm you up, it's a cat that just... Oh, you're gonna die soon.
This is...
Look at that.
So good.
I love it, man.
I'm going to keep it zoomed out so we can see the black.
Yeah.
But the tufts on like the neck and the tips of the ears.
Dude, it's good.
It's such a good touch for the climate it's in. It would like it has black feet and the black chest, which typically you wouldn't want in the snow, but they're in places on its body that it wouldn't be too obvious if there were like predators of sorts.
Yeah.
But it also has a subtle enough pattern that sticks out. Like an animal might think that those are just rocks in the snow.
It's like a snow leopard.
But a human would be like, thank God one of these things is gonna come help me.
Yeah. The tail is supposed to be like an axe or a pickaxe. Oh, so it could like swing around and just like crack into some ice. I like that. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Oh. Hello, sir. He's like, excuse me.
It's bedtime, sir.
He's
Please
sleepy
turn
boy.
the light off.
All right, we've got the Heartland Liperd, the Gang Pokemon. These Pokemon were originally from the Unova region, but so many were lost in the icy mountains of the Solaris region. Instead, they adapted to the snowy peaks. Pokemon actively seek out those lost in the snow to play tricks on them. If you hear them giggling in the mountains, it is advised you should run.
There's a theme. And this is cool because I want to mention here now it's similar enough, right? Mm-hmm. That it makes sense that they're the same thing, but they're different in a way that they can tell each other apart for like who's on the same team. But they're similar enough for humans to
be like, I'm saved, and then they walk you into a ravine, and then they just like bump you in.
Yeah, it's a nice like subtle contrast while still being kind of similar.
Yeah.
In comparison to the last one, which is very different.
Almost purely a helpful thing, and then this one's like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally that guy.
This is the fake smash ball.
Yeah, the one I fall for every time. All right, we got the Black Ice, the Scarred Lands. These Pokemon were originally from the Unova region, but so many were lost in the icy mountains of the Solaris region. Instead, they adapted to the snowy peaks. These Pokemon are said to have died out long ago, but more and more cases of these Pokemon have been appearing. Not much is currently known about these Pokemon, except people who see them are later found encased completely in black ice.
Arctic wind goes in, here's the time for you to die version.
Yep.
That trend has been happening.
Exactly. Here. Oh, okay. Hold on. I keep forgetting when I click them, they disappear.
Here's some fun Pokemon, and then this is the one that's going to kill you.
Yeah. Here's one that likes you. Here's one that's a little bit playful and mischievous, and then this one you're already dead. I like it. I like having options. It's good. This thing, terrifying. I love the coloration, though. I love green and purple together. Big fan.
I have to say that top one though is perfection.
Yeah.
I think that one, like the balance with the stylistic choices for like the puffs and the color choices on that one are just...
Yeah. I gotta say, because I think it was a couple weeks ago we were talking about these, and I said this one's my favorite. I think really diving into the lore, I think I like this one. You see the last one, you go, I'm in danger. It's extreme Ralph energy. All right. Oh, baby.
Wood boy.
We got a new boy, Wood boy. Grass type Ambipom came to be due to Apoms slowly evolving to fit better into their tree habitats. Let me just say, this, I love. I love it.
With a single leaf.
The one little sprout.
It's so good.
He's got some big Pikmin energy going on. I like it. And then it turns into a little twiggy branch. Hello, Alan. Alan has made it.
I really like the wood hands.
The texture on there is great. Hold tight. We got puppy number 2's here.
Come on in.
Come here. Come here, co-host.
Hurry up.
This is my faithful co-host. Come here. There she goes.
And the 2 dogs don't like each other.
It's a quiet disdain. All right. So there we go. I love the palm frond leaves that are coming out of here. I like the bushy tail. I love the green coloration. But this A-palm, I want one. Like, can I get one? I would love it. This is incredible.
It's in a context where this wins and it was in the game. I could totally see this being there's a tree in the road 2.0. Where you just, like, it poses there and you're like, here's how I imagine it, right? Wooden hand, like a tree stump, and then he's, like, balancing on top of it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what a weird-looking tree.
Yeah.
And,
and then he smacks you. Hi. There you go.
So, yeah, this is...
Yeah.
I do agree. Every time I scroll through, I'm like, why is there a grass candle? Like,
yeah.
It's a
I love the grass candle.
So good.
It's just aesthetically, I think it's perfect.
Come here, you loud cry.
All right. Okay. We're up to D-Swag's Riolus.
The Lucarios.
The Lucarios. Apologies. It said Riolu. I got excited. So we've got Ghost Fighting, a Shadow Boxer. Abilities are Ambusher. First attack in battle almost always goes first. I like that. An Incorporeal. Pokemon takes half damage from the first attack it's hit by. I like that as well.
I really like, from a game standpoint, that Ambusher move, because it's like you get to do a fake out, but you get to pick the move, kind of.
Just like a one-shot.
You get your one solid hit and make it count.
Don't miss.
Pick something good.
Okay, signature move, you got Shadow Strike. User attacks the target with an attack that is either physical or special damage, whichever will be more effective. I like it. Christopher Bobo. Have a lovely day. Let's roll on through here. Let's take a look at this guy. Legend of the Ghostly Defenders of the Mountains actually refers to Laris Riolu. Its small frame and stature make it unassuming when it comes to investigate trespassers in its home. It only attacks those that it sees harming or disrespecting its environment, emerging from the ground with enough speed to start a battle with a powerful uppercut. Give him an uppercut.
Punch his beard
off. If you're disrespecting his environment, you're going to get bopped. Can sometimes be seen training, punching a shadow version of itself. Love that. When it comes to its evolution, Riolu will either give in to its primal nature or follow the path of an enlightened nature, depending on its disposition.
Which is a great play on Lucario, because Lucario evolves by happiness, but you could see this going like happiness or frustration.
Yeah.
So you almost need to like be a jerk to your Riolu if you want the other one.
Yeah. Shut up, nerd. Yeah, and then what he does is he shadow boxes until he's strong enough to fight you.
Yeah.
And then a big spooky Lucario comes up and just is like, getcha. Alright, so we've got the enlightened form. Let's scroll it on down here. Let's take a look and we'll read some sauce. We've got the abilities are balanced. Any status effect or stat changes on a Pokemon in battle is also put on all other Pokemon in battle.
That's crazy.
That's scary for like triple battles.
Can you imagine though, like in doubles, and you're like, your team is more physical, so you use Swords Dance, and your opponents are special, so they don't really benefit from it.
Everybody goes to
you know
+2.
You know what you do?
Swagger. Double swagger. You lead out with 2 swaggers. Ooh.
You confuse them and boost your team to oblivion.
You all go to +4. They're confused. They die because they're confused at +4. And then you're at +4 when they switch in.
Alright.
That's terrifying.
Enough
Anyways.
with the game here.
Okay. True Sight. Take half damage from priority moves. Good. Very thematic. I love it. Duality Strike. An energy strike that is either ghost or psychic, whichever would do more damage. I love it. I love the versatility. This Lucario was a Riolu that had a disposition to be less of a physical attacker, specializing in special attacking. It's normally seen floating above the ground, although some say that it can sink into the ground with the same ease if it desires. Spooky stuff. No one had ever seen the Lucario open its normal eyes, and it's still debated if the eye on its forehead is actually able to see anything or if it is ornamental. The energy on its shoulders and waist are always pulsing with a pink psychic power. This Lucario is much weaker in terms of physical attack and defense, but this is made up for with its incredible boost to its special attack and defense. Its speed is slightly faster than its other regional counterparts. I love it. I think it's cool. Like, what if this thing could just, like, fold into the ground and then come up behind you and be like, ghost damage? And
this would be one where lore... Hi, Evan, by the way. Speaking purely from a lore perspective, in the context of our D&D show, it looks and sounds very positive.
Yeah.
But if we encountered it, we would not trust it.
Yeah, no, I can't... Like, nothing psychic.
A psychic
can
ghost.
Survive.
A psychic ghost.
Yeah, a psychic ghost. You'd be like, nah, I can't ever look at you. All right, let's check out the primal form, because this thing is sick. I like this one too, for the record. Dark Fighting, the instinct Pokemon. Abilities are preemptive. The first attack in battle will always crit. That's a scary implication. Blind Rage. This Pokemon ignores stat-affecting field effects.
Ooh, that's
Trick Room,
really
Sticky
cool.
Web. I think that's very, very nice. Because then what you could do is you could put him on a Trick Room team, and he would still be
Or
just
he's a
as
Trick
fast.
Room counter.
Yeah. Hidden ability, No Guard. I like that too. Thematically, it makes sense. You know, he's got that Blind Rage.
I can't imagine ever not doing Blind Rage, though. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Raging Strike.
Raging Strike. The attacker lashes out at a target with either fighting or dark damage,
Makes
whichever would
sense.
do more. I like it. That's good. That's good wood. This Lucario evolved from a Riolu that chose to forego subtlety altogether. It will pick fights with just about anyone and everything, going into a Blind Rage with the eye clouding over when it starts its attack. It is mostly active at night, and you can sometimes hear intimidating howls in the surrounding area. The smoke that wreaths this Pokemon's body will also expand when it enters battle. It is much less subtle, bolsters incredible physical attack and speed, with almost no defense or no special attack or special defense. Its physical defense is much better
Can you expand
from
that?
years of battle. Let's take a look at the primal form. It's slick. I love it.
I'm laughing at Drew's.
Me saying
Yeah.
I love it to everything. I told you from the beginning that's what you're
I know,
getting.
I
I like all of these. I think they're all phenomenal. love the
I do
creativity.
want to shout out the Who's That Pokemon vibe that
Who Dat
D-Swag
Fan?
did. Great choice. I thought it was a cool presentation choice.
I'm now just envisioning a room full of kids in the recording studio. It's Laris Lucario Primal Form! Like, that would be really funny. I think it's great. My vote at the end is all of them. Everybody gets 3 points from me, which is why I don't get to vote.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you all get three more points than you think you're getting. But all of you get them. So it changes nothing. All right. This is Bookworm, a.k.a. Resident Zelda.
This is the only entry, and I think it's really interesting that... or he's the only person that did entries like this, where he did stat blocks.
Yeah.
So they're
He did all the
ready
work
to
for
go.
me.
So I think that this was a really interesting take, because there's a mix between like just storytelling or like how they'd work in a video game or maybe in the animes, and this is like, I made this for D&D.
This is like, no, this is a D&D monster. And Bookworm/Resident Zelda, I'm going to figure out which one you prefer. Dude, don't even worry about art skills. If you've watched the sessions, you've seen me try to draw a Scyther. That was genuine. It's bad. All right. Let's start out. We got Magmire. It's a geothermal Pokemon. It's Fire Ghost. It's got an ability, Infernal Aura. It's a 5-foot aura. And if it would do Dark Fire, Ghost
dogs.
Ground, or Poison damage, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Keep going.
You just can't decide. If that move is a contact move or resolves within the range of its aura, that move gains all of the above listed damage types that it does not already have. For each damage type added to the move, add 1 point of damage of that type to the damage done by the move. This Pokemon is always considered resistant to fire and ground damage. That's spooky to me. That's so much potential damage. Like, that's scary
and you're
stuff.
removing ground weakness, which is nuts.
Yeah. So that's crazy. That's crazy good. Let's hit the dex entries on here. We got Magmire is a particularly rare Pokemon usually encountered near active volcanoes, deep within mines, or near areas of geothermal activity like fault lines. It is a very friendly and naive Pokemon that quickly bonds with other Pokemon and trainers, but it ironically emits an aura of uncomfortable warmth that tends to drive away most other creatures. It has been discovered that these Pokemon do not hatch from eggs. Instead, they are occasionally created when a creature is destroyed in cursed lava, or when an item that is cursed or otherwise imbued with emotional or psychic power is destroyed in regular lava, or through great heat and pressure. They got all kinds of things, man. Holy jeez. They have occasionally also spawned from metamorphic or volcanic rock that formed from ruins that were initially destroyed by geothermal activity like sinkholes, earthquakes, or volcanic eruptions. Many miners and explorers often befriend these Pokemon and use them as guides. I got so much to say. I love it.
There's got to be one in Ironbreaker.
Probably. Let's find out, because we got two more to read here before we take a look at the art.
Like if we
Hi.
Didn't get our lantern and needed a friend to help show us around that weren't the Sandshrew.
Shout out to Follow Me Lantern.
Could have been Lava Mire.
Come here, co-host.
So we got Volcaruption.
No, we got Lava Mire.
Oh, Lava
first.
Mire.
Lava Mire's first. There's 3.
So he gets the upgraded ability, which extends his aura to 15 feet, and the damage added increases to 1d4 per type. Which is crazy. The tremor sense is great. I've been trying to work on Derby getting a little bit of that.
Yeah, because it's boosted.
So Lava Mire is the evolved form of
Where you
Magmire.
trying to go?
After amassing enough emotional bonds or being exposed to the surface for an extended period, a Magmire will grow in size and gain arm-like appendages, and both its body and aura will become hotter and more potent. Although this increase in size significantly slows down a Lava Mire, it begins to gain control over its powers and learns how to exclude its allies from its discomforting aura, which is great for D&D.
What are you doing?
Can we,
Yeah, here, go.
what do you want?
She wants to be with you.
Oh, okay.
She does not want to be here. Okay. Where'd you get to?
Unlike the more innocent Magmire, a Lava Mire is much more protective of its friends and is quick to anger when it is believed they are harmed. Lava Mires are popular in multiple fields of work that involve working with volatile or high-temperature materials, such as industrial metallurgy. However, some can be found working in restaurants or resorts where their heat is put to various uses. Although not as jovial or energetic as Magmires, Lava Mires are just as friendly and less naive, so they're highly sought after despite their rarity.
You know what I'm seeing here? Bentley Woods. Industrial metallurgy. Alright, we got one more in this line. You got Volcaruption. Same deal. That aura's getting stronger. It's getting further and further out. 100-foot tremor sense. You cannot hide from me.
Immune to ground damage and fire, but ground is huge.
I'm just immune to my weakness. Volcaruption is the evolved form of Lava Mire. Although most Magmires eventually evolve into Lava Mires, few Lava Mires ever evolve into Volcaruptions. It is now known that this is because the trigger for this evolution is a powerful moment of stress or trauma derived from desiring to protect its friends from imminent danger or harm. In this moment, the Lava Mire will drastically increase in size and power. It will develop a thick outer layer of cooler lava that acts as a sort of armor and will move on a bed of inner lava, not unlike a snail's locomotion. The flow of lava that generates this armor will also produce a smokestack of sorts, and Volcaruption can freely generate appendages like tentacles and limbs as needed, both from the smoke it generates and from the bed of lava it uses to move. In the past, legendary smiths were known to seek out the trust of Volcaruptions in order to use them as furnaces. This is said to have been difficult, as the experiences that allow Lava Mires to evolve into Volcaruptions tend to make them jaded and grumpy. It is unknown how long a Volcaruption can live, as reports vary, but some myths say they can live for several centuries before perishing or being destroyed. It is known that when a Volcaruption does finally pass away, the rock and lava that they leave behind is often haunted or occasionally cursed and can lead to the creation of new Magmires. Woo! Alright, let's take a look at the art, shall we? Let's get it in there. There you go. I like this little guy. It's like a Litwick, but he's already like fully ablaze.
I just want to say, reading the story and seeing in here, I love that knowing how it evolves, how happy it looks to like help its friends, and then how sad it looks because of what it went through to get to that power level.
Yeah, like
great choice.
Yeah, this guy, first day of school. This guy, sophomore year, he's holding it together. This undergraduate degree. He's oh no, but I love it. I think it'd be really cool to have this as like. I think the idea for either a restaurant or an industrial metallurgy would be really, really slick. I also think it's neat that you've got a built-in way, because when he dies, he's going to produce cursed land and cursed lava to make more Magmires. So in theory, it's like a phoenix cycle. So it gets to here through incredible stress and then is reborn as potentially several little ones.
It also gives me in a weird tangential way slacking vibes, where like the middle stage is the true like versatile helpful one, and then
the final one is like
a bulked up power thing that
if it hits you, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
like the coconut gun, but it shoots in spurts.
But it's slow. It's sad, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I do. There's just that classic evolution of moods that I think is very nice. I love the lore sauce. I love the art. I think it's phenomenal. You've taken me on a journey, and for that I thank you. Let's check out Vita Wolf. Vita Wolf, you caused a bit of a ruckus in the Discord with how cool everyone thought these were. So let's get a rolling. So this is Avion, as you can see. This is the Mistral Pokemon. It's flying type Eevee. It's likely to be found in cold and windy places, and it evolves when an Eevee is exposed to a pretty wing. Pokedex entry: they don't really fly, they run through the air, and when they run fast enough, they become one with the wind for a short time. They can't stay in the air for too long, and they will slowly fall down if they try to stay still. When the lifespan of this Pokemon is at its end, they don't really die, they fade and become the wind itself. When it's afraid or in danger, it opens its tail to scare others away. Love that. Some solid peacock vibe going on.
I think the one thing that sold a bunch of people and really kind of turned things on their heads for the vote is the way that this is put together, almost like a character sheet.
Yep.
So you have the normal and the shiny, which some other people have done, but I think there's the extra detail of showing how it works.
Yeah, with the tail, the expansion.
This is what it looks like, but when it's like it needs to, this is the tail. This is how it works.
Yeah. This is the layout you would see in like a source book.
Yeah.
It's just plus evolutions. You can't really go wrong, except for the one where they're like use a brick. That one's pretty sad. I think this is phenomenal. This one's very, very, very nice. Then we go to Magneon or Rhodion. The signal Pokemon, its typing is Steel. It is likely to be found near radio towers or near electrical substations. I could see this thing hanging out with some Jolteons. It evolves from holding a metal coat and trading. A classic Minerve. I got him. This Pokemon's health is more like battery power. It doesn't eat food, so when it's low on power, it opens its tail and lets the sun's energy power it up. When this Pokemon gets hit, it will lose its power, almost like when you use a flashlight. When this Pokemon gets hit by an electric-type move, it will heal half of the damage instead of taking it. Its ears are like antennas that can pick up radio stations and can play it out of the speakers on its chest. This Pokemon can record about 5 minutes of sound around it or music on the radio and can use it to scare others away. Dude.
This one is my favorite of the 3 Eevees that that Vita Wolf did. I think the aesthetics are incredible. I think what sells me on it is the sort of like gadget display face, kind of like Wally or like Eve.
This is Eve.
But
is Eve.
The gradient from toes to body is a really nice touch because it gives it a variance in color while still being machine-like. Yeah. Like each limb is a solid color, but it allows it to have an array, which was a great choice. And the showing like that the tail opens and explaining that is too cool.
Oh yeah.
This is hands down my favorite of the 3 EVs.
Oh, this is the shiny one. This is the normal. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. I think it's very, very cool. I love the lore of it. The portal dog from that BR game, Magician. Whoosh. I don't know, man. Oh, the VR game still whoosh. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's very, very thematic. I like that there's a speaker on there. I could see this thing hanging out around radio stations with Jolteons.
I could see
just straight vibing.
I could see Xavier having one of these
as like listening post.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. No, I think,
but like it'd be a thing where like this would be a government issue Magneon, and Xavier like hacked it with Mischievous and uses it, and so it's his. It can walk around Alluvia, and no one pays it any attention because there are multiples of them, but this one is secretly his.
I mean, if it wins, it's written itself. All right, now we move on to Numeon, the Grave Pokemon. Favorite terrain likely to be found in graveyards. It evolves from holding a rare bone and fainting. Spooky stuff. Pokedex entry. They like to sleep on top of newly dug graves. When they do that, it looks like a pile of bones laying on top of the graves. Some people believe that they help the newly dead cross to the afterlife. And some other people think they are making the newly dead into ghost Pokemon, so they won't be lonely anymore. The idea of like walking past a graveyard and there's a freshly dug grave with just a small pile of bones on it is terrifying. I like the lore that you've got to faint while holding a bone, and the Eevee's like, I guess I'll die.
Yeah.
And he comes back.
As Ben says, that was super original. And it's one of those weird things like Inky. Like
you would do it on accident.
You'd never figure out.
They're lonely and want friends. Exactly. Like, it's just a dog looking for buddies. And it's like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Let me make you into one of these two.
Hold this bone.
Hold this bone.
Let me kill you.
Yeah. Hold this bone real quick. Don't ask me why. I think of the 3. I'm with you thematically. I love this one. From like a D&D game standpoint, the setup of an encounter for this one, and aesthetically, I gotta give it to the Peacock variant. I think that's awesome. Faint while playing fetch with a rare bone. That's tragic. That's how they found out they're playing fetch with the bone. Bookworm said it. Bookworm said it. I was dancing around it. Okay. Moving on before we get sad. Grammar Paladin, the Larian Haxorus. I love this thing. This thing gives me like Horizon Zero Dawn vibes, and I'm for it. So this is the Larian Haxorus, the X-Jaw Pokemon. It is Dragon and Steel. The environment is mountains, hills, and anywhere with exposed metals. Just like its tusks, Haxorus's defensive head crest is constructed from the very same indestructible and razor-sharp material it naturally produces. The additional weight from this crest, in addition to its heavier armor, forces Haxorus to walk on all fours more often, and also prefers fiercely defending smaller chunks of territory. It uses its powerful, file-like tongue to lick steel and iron off sources to use in the construction of its armor and to proudly maintain their tusks and crests.
I love the all 4 bit.
Can you imagine befriending that? Like, that's a villain mount right there.
It's so freaking dense that it has to walk on all 4s is awesome. And you can see, like, looking at it, it looks way chunkier than a Haxorus does.
Yeah. Haxorus is a Pokemon I really want to like. You've made me like Haxorus.
So sick.
This is lovely.
This is the one of all the entries that I want a figure of on my desk. Like this, right as is. Like the pose
on the boulder.
Yeah,
with the tail out.
I want that figure.
Yeah. I could see, Aurelio, I could see this thing going toe to toe with the Garchomps.
on this season of Robot Wars.
This is the new tech. They're like, I'm gonna hack into you, and the Haxorus is like, just pulls the head off. Oh my gosh, this thing is a threat, dude. That is a absolute threat. That would be cool though, if you get this by breeding a normal Haxorus with an Aggron. That's a great idea, Alexis. I like that. This thing. Okay, so the next
Hopefully
one.
it'd be a Haxorus and an Aggron.
What did I say?
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I heard Axew.
Oh no, that's the end times.
I could have misheard, but
all right. I read this. I read this the other day. I've read a lot of these, but Bookworm, you've terrified me with this ability, just immediately. So this is Majestic Carp. It's a Predator Carp Pokemon. It's Water and Dragon type.
Let's scroll down so we can see the art.
There you go. Here it is. There it is. One of the scariest things
I've
ever
seen. Is it a Flygon or is it a Majestic Carp?
It's the Unagi.
Anyway, let's read.
Salmon Skin Roll. All right. The ability is Dragon Scales. This Pokemon is covered in thick reflective scales. When this Pokemon takes damage from a melee weapon attack or ranged projectile attack, roll a d10. Upon rolling a 10, this Pokemon takes half damage from the attack and then reflects the attack back to the source for full damage. Upon rolling a 9 or lower, instead reduce the damage by 11 plus what you rolled. Otherwise, reduce any damage taken by this Pokemon by 10. This Pokemon always has advantage on any d20 rolls it makes to avoid being grappled or restrained, even if it would ordinarily make that roll with disadvantage. Ha! I would love to use this against the players, but I can just already see in my head, every time they roll, just the sorrow in their eyes. Okay, I guess I take 40 from my own hit and deal 3 damage to it and be like, ooh. Majestic Carp is one of the various evolutions of Magikarp native to the Laris region. Watch out, Bentley. Careful where you go fishing. Majestic Carp evolved from only the toughest of Magikarp that have survived incredibly harsh environments or conditions. These massive fish are bundles of tough scale, thick muscle, rage, and nightmare fuel. Yes. They are omnivorous apex predators that enjoy hunting difficult prey and are infamous for deliberately attacking creatures that are larger than they are, especially Gyarados and common predators of Magikarp. Luckily, they tend to ignore weak creatures. They are incredibly aggressive, territorial, and cunning, often employing tactics like ambushes or endurance hunting. They can learn strategies and techniques from their opponents, sometimes mid-battle. In addition to their scale armor, Majestic Carp have prehensile whiskers and toothy jaws that can greatly expand. Their bites are deadly and can grapple prey. They are capable of unleashing fearsome roars. Not even the land is safe from them, as they can breathe air and can crawl with deceptive speed. If I caught this thing fishing, I'd probably quit fishing. Bentley, this thing is fishing for you. You ever see those shows where they go out noodling and they reach their hands into catfish holes and they're like, I got a catfish.
Stupid.
You catch one of these and you're gone. They go down, they never come back up. Gone. This would be such an insane boss fight, and you know who it is? It's the Mega Magikarp that was traded for Dial-Up. If this wins, you heard it here first. The Mega Magikarp that was traded away for Dial-Up is gonna bust out of its ball and start hitting the gym. It's gonna file its little teeth into massive fangs, and it's been climbing waterfalls. It's been playing Magikarp Jump. It's coming for you, Bentley. If this wins, you heard it here first.
Ultimate revenge arc.
This is the final boss.
God.
You show up to the Prime Mind, and this thing eats him, and it's like you. With its prehensile whiskers, it's gonna break your fishing pole in half and say, I'm here for you.
Oh, that's too funny.
Don't wish that evil on me. You heard, guys, I promise, if this thing wins, I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it. All right. Moving on to Mr.'s Mim and Mum. I love these things. I love the names. This is going to be good. All right. Mr. Mim. We'll start with Mr. Mim. This is the Dream Catcher Pokemon. Psychic Ghost. Ability is Dream Walker. This Pokemon cannot sleep. Whenever a creature comes into contact with this Pokemon or ends its turn within 5 feet, it must make a DC 14 Con or Charisma check. Mr. Mim chooses, falling asleep on a failure, instead gaining disadvantage against effects that could or would cause sleep or cause psychic or ghost damage upon success. So if I'm understanding correctly, Mr. Mim chooses what the save is for. If it's a con check, you fall asleep. It's a charisma check. You have disadvantage against effects that would cause sleep or would cause psychic or ghost damage upon success. There's a little bit of a lot going on. But I like all of it. I like everything that's happening. Dex entry. Mr. Mim is a strange Pokemon that takes the form of a tiny crystal eye. This eye gathers a thin layer of liquid or sand around itself that imbues with ghostly energy and then generates a field of gas or fog around itself that has psychic properties. These creatures are nocturnal and appear to come to this world from the realm of dreams. They're very shy and reclusive, but like to feed on the energy humans create when they have negative emotions and nightmares. They can feed on other types of emotional energy, but they seem to enjoy comforting creatures by devouring their negative energy, especially humans. They tend to avoid psychic and ghost Pokemon, but conversely are attracted to human psychics and mediums. Depending on the nature of the energy they consume, they can learn different moves. They specialize in moves that cause status effects, especially sleep, charm, confusion, and paralysis. Some can learn freeze, burn, and poison effects. They rarely attack outright, but when they do, they can wield powerful curses and hexes. Most attacks they do learn also cause status effects. Some therapists like to keep Mr. Mims as pets. I love everything about that. That's great. You've told me what it is. You've told me what it can do. You've told me that therapists keep them as pets. That's good sauce. I like that. It's
why
phenomenal.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Like, you had me in the first half of like, this Pokemon is me. This Pokemon cannot sleep. This is me.
They both, Mr. Mim and Mr. Mum, have the same abilities.
Yes. So we will be
we'll be
glossing over the Dream Walker ability here. Dex entry for Mr. Mum. It is the evolved form of Mr. Mim. When Mr. Mim is exposed to a Reaper Cloth or similar item, it will possess that item and become a Mr. Mum. It can then manipulate that cloth to grasp objects. Mr. Mums are capable of learning even stronger moves than Mr. Mims, especially damaging moves. They can learn most status moves and most attacks that can cause status ailments or status effects. As such, Mr. Mums are very popular among trainers. Despite their small size and frailty, a Mr. Mum can easily shut down an opposing team or heavily bolster their teammates. Mr. Mum.
This is what scares me. You have a signature move, which I read before, and then I scrolled down and saw ultimate move, and I was like, huh?
Once per day, 2d4 minus 1 day's recharge. I have not read that, so I'm very excited to see what that... If I can do that potentially once a week, I want to know. Gaslight Fugue. Signature move. Mr. Mum unleashes a wave of psychic or ghost energy affecting all creatures within 30 feet of it. Friendly creatures restore 5d4 HP, gain 10 temporary HP, or have all stat changes and status effects removed, including positive effects. That's very important. Hostile creatures are subjected to a curse for 2 plus 2d4 turns. At the start of each of their turns, and when this move occurs, they must make a DC 19 save of Mr. Mum's choice, or be subjected to a random status effect that they are not immune to till the start of their next turn. Horrifying. Hey, you're not immune to paralysis. Make a DC 19 charisma save. Just end you. I love the name. The ability scares me. I would be delighted to use Mr. Mum or Mr. Mim. Oh no. There's so much. Okay, let's look at the art real quick, and I'll circle back up for ultimate move. So this is Mr. Mim. This is Mr. Mum. This is a Mr. Mim who has found
cloth with
the
which
Reaper
to
Cloth
possess.
And can now have little grabbies.
This is D&D Nightmare Fuel. This would be...
This is Milo's worst
If
fear.
someone on the team caught one of these, I'm pretty sure Milo would just leave.
I have to go.
Yeah.
Guys, I realized I left the oven on 6 months ago when we left.
Leaving.
I have to go immediately.
No thanks. Spooky
Okay.
spookums.
So let's look at Dreamgate real quick. Mr. Mum expends most of its energy to become a rift to the dream world that envelops a single target within 10 feet of it for 1 minute, trapping it between realms without concentration. You monster. For the duration, both Mr. Mum and the target immediately end their turns without doing anything and cannot be affected by anything except the properties of the rift. At the end of the target's turn for the duration, it must make a DC 19 Charisma save. Do you know how hard that's going to be to make? When the rift closes, Mr. Mum must succeed on a DC 17 con save or fall unconscious but stable, and the target experiences additional effects. If the target succeeded on all 10 saves, it exits unharmed. Good luck. If it fails at least one, it emerges with 1 level of exhaustion. If it failed at least 3 saves, it becomes confused for a number of rounds equal to the number of saves that it failed. If it failed 5 saves, it encountered dreams of madness and takes 5d4 psychic damage at the end of its turns for a number of rounds equal to the number of failed saves. If it failed at least 7, I'm assuming all of these happen. This is terrible. It encountered horrible nightmares in the rift. No, we did that one. 7 is... Oh, no, it's more. Oh, no. It's 5d4 ghost damage at the start of its turns, becoming afraid of Mr. Mum. How very fitting.
Oh, just wait.
If it failed at least 9 saves, the portal collapses with the target still inside, dealing an additional 10d4 damage, consider both psychic and ghost, to the target when it exits the rift. If the target fails all 10 saves, it is banished to the dream world. That, honestly, that's the least scary. Give me that one. Banish me to the dream world. I don't want to take 5d4 ghost and psychic damage, and then 10d4 damage, and then take 5d4 ghost and psychic damage
Every
for potentially
turn.
7 turns. That's so much psychic and ghost damage. Even if we roll ones, we're talking minimally
But
several hundred damage.
On an interesting balance point, you cannot use Gaslight Fugue
until you get the recharge.
So they're like a definite nuke.
But this is my favorite part is Bookworm. You've said they're quite benevolent creatures. Yeah, all right. Laxus, I think you win with the Prime Mum. I really like how Mr. Mim looks. Don't get me wrong, spooky as all get out, but still kind of friendly. And then Mr. Mum is like the eye has narrowed and is like, I have chosen you. I do feel like you just sort of, if you upset one of these things, you're just dead.
You're going to have a bad day.
He's just going to find you once a week and be like, let's try again. Because you're not killing him. There's no way.
This is...
He can teleport. Joel, he can teleport as a bonus action.
Yeah.
He can teleport.
This is one I would love to table and fight for fun when everything's done.
Yeah, that would be a fun encounter. Mostly because I just want to be like, all right, so because it's a fun encounter, immediately crash. Okay, your DC 19 charisma save, because your charisma is like 6, because everyone's afraid of you. All right, pressing onwards. We're getting very close to the end.
I believe this is the last one.
It just might be. So this is Magician Tronics. Larian and Kata. This thing's great, man. Type, Bug and Steel, ability, Terraforming. Now, is that the one that gets rid of terrain, or it sets terrain up, or neither?
I believe it gets rid of it. I'll look it up while you read.
Okay. Dex entry. When scientists tried to study the split evolution of its Hoenn counterpart, they started studying the soul. Unfortunately, it is so delicate in the state that they ended up breaking it, leaving the body without a host. As tests were run, so to see what went wrong with certain machinery, the body mutated, adapting the steel type and creating an artificial soul to replace the old one. However, it's still attached to the old self, trying to revert everything to regain its ground type and be back once again. That's why when the terrain is abruptly changed around them by the influence of other Pokemon, it immediately copies the type of the terrain for its secondary type.
Oh.
in order to feel connected to the being it once was.
I was about to say it's made up, and then Magician Tronic came in.
Oh, okay.
Change the secondary typing depending on the terrain, which is obvious when you look at the picture. I was just being a dum-dum.
In addition, it creates light projections out of different parts of its body to fully embrace the change. Favorite attack is Terrain Pulse. I love that. It's got a favorite.
Who's Clyde?
Clyde. Hello. Beep. A boop. If you want to invite friends to the server, click the server name in the top left and select invite people. Beep.
Okay.
Thanks, Clyde. Anyways, now that we've banished Clyde to the dream world, I can't use Gaslight Fugue for... Let's take a look at these.
I love how the wispies from the terrain make relatable shapes. So it's like bushes, electricity, wings. Like psychic wisps.
Clyde wanted to put it as submission.
Too bad.
Clyde's been banished.
Yeah. It's really cool. And
this would be a really fun Bentley Pokemon.
For sure.
Because it's kind of a grab, but also not really.
And this is one too that like I'm curious on evolution, but I almost wouldn't ever want to.
Yeah. This would be very, very fun to just have a little bug steel guy that becomes all of these.
Yeah.
This thing fits in so well on like an Eviolite build in any terrain team. You just throw them out and you're like, yo, hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put them out with Sage, grassy terrain. You put them out with potentially future Pontiki, Surge Surf and Alolan Raichu, boom.
This would be a cool Phoebe Pokemon.
Yeah. I feel like Phoebe would get a kick out of just watching and observing what this thing can do. Maybe it couldn't evolve since it's an artificial soul.
Oh, like
Magician,
like
that's...
Shedinja?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Magician, you don't have to have an answer yet, but that's good. That's a good question.
Great.
This
stuff.
would have so many forms in Aurelio's campaign. That's 15 different forms.
So we've reached the end. I'm sure you have all your votes ready.
Mr. Mom.
But just in case, because clearly you do have them ready, we have Phoebe's votes.
Oh.
So I'm going to share Phoebe's votes, and we'll distribute some points. So I asked her to go through the Discord and check out all the entries and read them. And she was texting throughout the stream about how difficult this was. And we're like, yeah, we know.
That's the point.
Silver Spark.
Oh, Silver Spark.
Thank you for following.
Thank you for following the stream.
But she did come to a final 3. And here is what they are. With 1 point, she has given it to Majestic Carp.
She has cast her vote for Bentley's destruction.
She says, I love the inversion. Rather than typing with its respective to place, it is in the food web. It has a great evolution narrative explaining the flip and great art with this emoji. So 1 point to Majestic Carp from Phoebe.
That's phenomenal.
2 points to the New Boys Electric Ghost Staraptor. Just a really great backstory, and the integration of its typing is fantastic. Who doesn't love a vengeful specter story? Love the aesthetic / art. Phoebe is very rarely on Discord. I think it's been since we wrapped last year that she's even been in
Phoebe is the most adult of the tots. She's always working or otherwise consuming intellectual media sources. She's very rarely memeing it up.
You can, if you ever want to ask a question, you can shoot me a message and I can relay it.
Yeah.
No problemo.
Okay. So
3 points goes to the enlightened formed Lucario.
Oh.
Which we'll just give to the Riolu. I like the inversion of the typing from a physical material realm to a more psychic ethereal realm. Enjoy the use of the Tau symbols in the actual art, along with a fun / interesting backstory.
I didn't even notice that.
So there you go. Congrats to you 3 for earning Phoebe's votes.
Yeah.
Solid stuff.
Man. Do I have to have my votes right now?
Yeah. That's what the point of the stream was, to go over and do your votes.
I wasn't
Do you want me
thinking
to do
about
mine?
it.
Do you
Okay,
need me
hold
to
on.
stall?
Hold on.
I can drive and you can think.
Okay.
Because I know mine.
I have 3 in mind. I don't have an order. So
Okay.
yeah. Fire off yours and then give me a sec. Oh, real quick, Phoebe's votes one more time. Just the things. Her 1 point is
Majestic Carp.
2 points to Electric Staraptor.
Yep.
And 3 points
To
the Lucario in the enlightened form.
Correct. Those were the votes.
Thank you, Arctic Wind. Throwing that in. Okay. All right. You know what? No, I'm ready. I got it.
Okay.
So I talked about these, I think, the most.
Do you want me to go? Do you want to go last since you're the DM?
Sure.
I feel like you're the finale. So
yeah. Oh well, I would. Okay. You tell me yours.
Okay.
Take me on this journey.
So I have a couple things to say. Obviously, it goes without saying that every single one of these is incredible, and the decision was super difficult. I went back and forth. I had a solid top 10 that I was bouncing around.
I have a top 40.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I had an internal struggle because initially my top 3 were all electric type. And I thought that this is not, I should vary it a little bit and have a non-electric type. And then I was bouncing things around. I was like, you know what?
And then you voted
Screw
for
it.
all the electric birds.
The 3 that are my top that were electric, I'm going to keep it because those are my favorite and that's what I'm going to do.
You got it. To thine own self be true, dude.
Yes.
Okay. Hit me with it.
I will assign the points in Discord in a little bit. But my 1 point goes to the electric blaze.
Could have been 41 if you let Clyde.
That's funny.
No, Clyde. Get out.
The
okay,
Blaziken.
Hold tight. He's right here.
Yep.
Okay. So you're assigning 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 point to the Blaziken.
Yes.
From the Birdman himself.
I have to be honest, and this was similar to what you said about Haxorus. Mm-hmm. I've kept my opinions on my top 3 quiet so that I could save them for the end.
Wow. I was loud.
I don't like Blaziken as a Pokemon. I think the design is lame. I don't like it. However,
Heard it live.
This, similar to what you said about Haxorus, changed my mind. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is sick. I like Blaziken because of this. The typing is cool. The colors are cool. It is just a great design, and while still being different from the original. Just, there you go.
Swang, I see you.
Huh?
Never would imagine Bentley would outlive Clyde.
So yeah, I'm gonna give my point to the Blaziken. Okay. My 2 points, ironically, is directly below is Mr. Fudd's electric
the
Krabby.
Krabby Kinglers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did mention when we were talking about it the mechanical aspects with the ball bearing joints and the way the electricity runs in conjunction with the backstory is just really cool. I would love to see this in our game. I think it's a great Bentley Pokemon, but I could also see like this Kingler being like a gym leader ace or something.
That would be really fun.
Really, really cool. Like you walk in and this is how I pictured it, and this is like part of why I loved it, because this thing gave me so many ideas just looking at it and seeing it. You walk in the gym and it just looks there like it's a decoration, like just it's a machine, so you never guess, and you're doing the fights around it and nothing's happening, and then the leader walks out, like steps out on top, and it like powers up and you're like, oh, amazing, love it.
Okay.
First place, my 3-pointer, Arctic Wind with the spoilers. It is the Electric Ghost Staraptor. You passed it. As soon as New Boy showed that to me, I was like,
you knew
immediately. This Starly is great. And this is purely from a D&D story perspective, as Drew mentioned, and I didn't want to gush at the time because I wanted to.
That's what you coward.
This Starly trying to carry the generator and trying its best to like take care of it, be strong enough to hold it is what Milo's all about. He would be all about like let's help you carry this thing, like this is your mission. You can do it. Don't listen to those other birds that can't carry it. And he would try so hard to train him. And knowing where this progresses and gets to is so heartbreaking.
You're like just, about to cry already.
It's so sad. But picturing that as an arc within the story immediately sold me on that. Not to mention, it would be really interesting as Milo as a character hates and is scared of ghosts.
Yeah.
And would then have this bird he's spent a journey with become a ghost. And he would have to accept that and work with it, which would be crazy for both the Pokemon and Milo. Yeah. So for the design of it, the story of it, and the implications of it, I had to give that my 3 points. Just
I respect it, man.
Absolutely devastating. The plot line of that just got me hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
Oof. Roblox, oof.
Oof. God, man. Okay.
It was too good. The trombone or the trumpet cricketune was up there for me for a while. I was really close, and the Kelpie.
Yeah. Quick shout out to my boy, Candlehead. I love this. Just a quick shout out. Okay.
Sorry, Ice Prince. I didn't mean to be so mean about Blaziken as a Pokemon. Just not a fan.
You just
don't like it.
Absolutely roasted that thing.
But your version of it.
Second quick shout out, Majestic Carp. That arc would be really fun in a similar way to what you're talking about with the Starly. Using this and having it come back and be just gigantic. Remember me would be so good. He would also, in my head, he talks like Plankton. That's where that came from. All right. My 1 point, as much as I would like to put it higher, and I will vote right now. My 1 goes to this. Avion. I love it. I think it's cool. I think this thing is phenomenal. I love the peacock idea. Be careful what you call ugly in high school 2.0. Exactly. Aurelio gets it. I love this thing. Obviously, everybody's loving this thing. I'm gonna throw a point at it. I think this is really cool. I love all 3 of these Eevees. Genuinely, if I was to use one, like if I was gonna pick one of these just on a whim, unrelated, I would probably incorporate one of these things down the line. Numeon. But from a purely design and lore standpoint, I love this. I love that when it passes on, it just becomes one with the wind.
I think that's a great touch.
I think that's a very nice touch. We're gonna jump up here. We gotta go up. Quick shout out to my boy Baby Tongue. I love you. All right, we roll up and up and up. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to pass it. All right, here we go. Lucas, where's my emoji button?
Up here.
Please.
Gotta click.
Please.
Nope. Stop. You're going too far.
I'm not clicked in. Okay.
And then type in the number 2, like with words. That's why we were struggling to find it.
2 points. I love this thing. From a lore perspective, this would have fit very well in Ragnarok. I think it's phenomenal. I love, again, the little touches. The little body. He just catching all these soots up in his head. I think it's great. It's phenomenal. I'm stalling because I have a tie for first. Because they're all tied for first in my eyes. Here's my tie for first, and here's how we're going to figure this out. This is tied for first with... Where you at? A little bit lower. This. Haxorus. Grammar, you made me like Haxorus. You made me like it. You made me want to use it. I love the Aggron line up until Aggron. I wish Aggron had stayed like low to the ground and maybe like reared up for big hits. This to me is where Aggron could have gone. It's where Haxorus should have gone. You guys know how much of a fan I am of the Pidgeys. They're everywhere in the campaign. They're all over. They're a pivotal part. I love Articuno. It's my favorite of the legendary birds. And you're going to make me pick between these two? This is unbelievable.
I mean, here's what I would say. You own the Discord. You can give them both 3, but you would have to promise to not give anything else points and start hamming them out everywhere.
Nobody.
For the integrity of...
All right, nobody tell him. 3 points to both of you. I am invoking the right of Horpus Corpus. And I am giving 3 points to the Larian Haxorus and Samurai Sam's Articuno Pidgeot line. It's done. It's done.
We've manipulated democracy.
Grammar.
God, you're right.
Grammar.
Take it back.
Together, we will rise. A new world. A Larian world. Led by Metal Haxorus. I love both of them. I can't pick. So you both get 3 points. I've done it. It's done. It's done. There it is. I invoked the Taskmaster rule of it's done. I've made it happen.
Again,
Hi, buddy.
every single one of these was incredible.
You're all winners.
I wouldn't
give
be
you all 30
surprised if something that doesn't win in the end still pops up. Just because there's so many cool things. I'm going to drop a hint just for fun, like a minor hint of things to come, because there's so many things here and it's so vague that no one will be able to figure it out.
You let me give out a second 3. I will allow it.
2 of these. Oh, here, let me phrase it this way. 2 yet to happen captures could potentially evolve into one of these entries.
Interesting. In it.
Yep.
Mental.
Just saying. Just saying.
Mad stuff in it.
Not gonna say what they are, but
You better don't, or I'm gonna get you.
I'm just saying. So get your theories going. There's the chance that could happen anyway, or there might be players who look at these that start trying to heavily cater their evolutions to happen this way.
I'm waiting for CJ to ask if he sees any Mr. Mims floating around. Hey, have you guys seen a Mim? Mr. Mim? And everyone's gonna be like, why are you saying Mr. Mime weird? No, it's Mr. Mim. I think, genuinely, I said it as we were going through, I think all of these are phenomenal.
All of them are great.
I casted my votes based on what I would like to use in a campaign. I think everybody did phenomenally. I wish you all the best of luck, everybody who's submitted anything. I think down the line, if we do another one of these, I hope to see this many and more.
I don't.
But they're all great.
Selfishly, I want there to only be 3, so I have to pick between them all.
Dude, they're all great. You're all genuinely like some of the most creative individuals. This is insane.
But to wrap up as well, if you're watching this after the fact and the date is before February 21st, please leave a comment in the YouTube comments below. Give 3 points to your favorite one of these, 2 to your second, and 1 to your third favorite. And we will count those votes as well. And we will announce a winner in the Discord next Sunday. Mm-hmm. And we'll follow up on whatever stream we do next and say it there. So
exactly.
Yep. Yeah, Ice Prince. Yeah, is I picked 2 of the 3 electric birds. Couldn't help it.
Yep.
But the third one was not a bird, and it was a crab.
Comment yes.
Comment yes. Please vote. So
your vote matters.
I think that's it for now. We'll wrap up the art stream?
Yeah. So we're gonna end the art stream here, the art portion of the stream, and we're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot to a little bit of Pikmin.
Yeah.
So for an amount of time.
We're gonna close this one up, just so it's a separate video, and we'll go live again here in a couple minutes. Run to the bathroom, that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And,
we'll see you in.
We'll see you
5 minutes.
In a minute.
Somewhere around there.
Yep.
But thank you again, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
You all did phenomenal.
Look forward to seeing your votes and seeing who the winner is.